When the pandemic struck, all of a sudden our world just shrank, and our entire world was just this street, just these houses with people that we didn't know.
Quite a lot changed. I think it made it more apparent like who was vulnerable. You know, the normal people that you'd see standing at the doors watching the world go by didn't do that anymore.
We were saying we could do with a group where people could join if they wanted to help or if they needed help, that they had a centralised place. And my husband just said to me, well, why don't you set it up? So that was how the Springfield, Beech and Gidlow group started initially.
And then I saw the posts about becoming like a local hero, if you like, and setting up the WhatsApp groups, and immediately thought, this gives my feelings of wanting to contact everyone a little bit of credibility. It's actually an organised movement that's happening in Wigan, and I can be a part of that.
We did quite a bit of shopping for the older people in street visiting as well, actually, even though we only could stand in the doorway.
If anybody wanted any shopping, people would ask, you know, especially the elderly who really had to stay in.
Leaflets put through the door, people offering help if we needed it, local people who, of course, I didn't know who they were, so it was great to see that local people were offering the services and instilling a sense of community spirit, you know, in these difficult times.
COVID was awful, but what came out of it in our street was the creation of a community that we didn't really have before. So in that way, it was a positive thing.
And I don't think that was the norm up until that point, because normally it's just small talk, you know, oh, you're off at Wigan, have a nice day. So things did get a bit more personal then.
Like that was the biggest change, was actually getting to know your neighbours.
Then anything we did, like so the VE celebrations and things like that, were really taken on board by all the street. Very few people didn't get involved.
We were really overwhelmed. I think we kind of caught the last 4 clap for carers when we moved, and it was just overwhelming that every single person on the street was out there and everyone's waving to each other, and you felt that connection throughout the full street.
We've got a common goal that we're trying to get through this, and that was nice.
One day, I'm going to tear up, we all came out, we were shaking bells and things, and my neighbour Sarah, who's a paramedic, she'd recently lost a colleague, and we knew that, and I'd seen her go in the house, and she came out in tears, and when she came out, the whole street just roared with applause for her, and I'm not sure that the people at the other end of the street knew before we'd created our groups that Sarah was even a paramedic, but because of the group, because of the way we'd come together, they not only knew that she was a paramedic, but that she was suffering a loss and needed a roar of her neighbours. And it was just like, you know, you just think, this is how it should always have been, you know. We should always have known, we should always know when our neighbours are going through an absolute tragedy and when they need a bit of support.
My son died in May, and he was only 27. So of course, I can't do anything about that. So it helped to try and help other families and other kids. And it sort of helped pushing it away. Because I hear thousands of stories. I've heard hundreds of stories. And even on my street, we lost 4 people. But you have to keep on going.
It was a lonely time for everybody, and I saw the group and I thought I'd like to help people in the area, and I'd like to get involved in the community and get in the community, bringing people together, helping each other, helping everybody to come together, really.
I've got the skills, I've got the experience, and I can make their lives better.
Well, I litter pick, so then other people speak to me. You get to see more people when you're out and about, helping the community, making it look a bit nicer.
So I've been doing the litter picking in my area, and again I think if everybody does their little bit, then that helps. I want to live somewhere that's nice and clean and tidy.
The Easter eggs, I bought them myself. I wanted to at least do a street and not make sure they don't miss out on Easter. So I knocked on the door and I made sure that every household got an Easter egg on Easter Sunday. But I also did a couple of birthday cakes for people that were celebrating their birthday. They were stuck in lockdown.
Yeah, it's just trying to remind people really that we're still here and people still want to keep that community spirit going, really.
It's definitely like inspired us as a business to be more, you know, community based.
I started a Keep Safe poster.
Everybody started putting them up in the windows, which brightened the place up a little bit.
You'll see them if you walk up and down all the streets around here.
It was putting the rainbow in Wigan to protect Wigan, because I always believe that the area you live in, you've got to protect everybody. And it started with 25 posters on Frog Lane, and now we're up 10,000.
I first found out about the pantries from a leaflet, a flyer that came through my front door. It's for everybody, so it's saving food from landfill, you know, and it's a brilliant stock cupboard there really. You can get everything that you want.
The membership is £5 to sign up initially, and then after that it's £3 per shop. Yeah, it's really good value for money. I normally walk out of here with 2 big bags full of food, and at the price of £3 you can't complain.
I'll collect the food on the Monday, then I will deliver it, and you meet a lot of individual characters. Yeah, a lot of individual characters.
We're seeing people, you know, we're a friendly face.
If you need help, you can post on the Facebook group, and people will recommend help, or people have even offered help. So it does a lot, you know, it is very helpful.
And it's just brought everybody together. People are so kind and so giving of the services.
It was lovely to talk to other people and especially to know that you were a support for them. Once a week, I'd come online and you could just have a chat to someone who wasn't your partner, or like someone who was sharing that space with you, and just have a good chat. And at the end of every coffee morning, it ended with laughing.
But lots of people now I chat to that I never used to talk to before, and often it's because we've communicated via WhatsApp or Messenger or something.
I really enjoyed the mindfulness sessions that we did.
So it's giving our neighbourhood a voice, it's giving our neighbourhood a platform so that I can join in or not, depending on what I see.
I weren't really a big poet, but I've really enjoyed the poetry group, what we've done.
My family are all really close by. I think a lot of families do that as well in this area as well. They all stay quite close by.
And I've lived here 31 years, since it was built.
There's generations of families that stay local.
We've newly been given Play Street status, which had fallen by the wayside, and one of my neighbours, Kathy, has been really instrumental in making sure that happens.
The local park is like an extension of our back garden, so that is amazing to be able to go there quite often.
People take each other's bins out. Everyone's really, really lovely to each other. I think we've built quite a few friendships on the street, so, you know, long-lasting friendships as well, really.
If I bake cakes or things like that, you know, passing cakes on to neighbours.
I know a lot more of my neighbours now who I didn't know before. You do tend to make a bit more of an effort to have a chat to them and say hello. And
generally, I think probably people are a little bit more appreciative of other people and the surroundings.
And somehow, even though I've not hugged my neighbour Jackie across the road since 2019, I feel like I know her better now than I did before COVID.
I hope we all continue to look out for one another and in general just support each other. You know, that's what community should be about.
I just want a stronger Wigan. I just want everybody to be better. I just want everyone to be healing. I want us to have a better future. But I want us to go better than where we were originally before all this.
Just that it grows and carries on and more people get involved and see what a lovely area we've got and what a lovely area we can share with each other.
It would be nice if we could have some little parties in the street.
And sharing each other's talents as well. We've got a lot of talented people in the area.
I would like to see more things that we can do together as a community, really. I'd like us to look after our area, to take a pride in our area and to be friendly, you know, and to make time for people and to talk to people and to have people talk to me as well, really. To feel like I belong. I think that's what I would like for our area.
if I could describe my street in one word and my neighbours, it'd be friendly.
Close. Close.
Genuine. Genuine, I'd say, like, not just a friendship and a relationship with them because they're your neighbour. It's people that I'd, spend time with if they weren't my neighbour.
In one word, respectful.
Friends.
Caring. It's a caring relationship. So I care for my neighbours, they care for me.
And I think that as time goes on, we'll just continue to do that. We'll continue to grow our community and bring all the new people in.
And I think it's just been really good seeing how the community in this area has come together, helping each other.
We recently had a new neighbour moved in and I've tried to encourage them to join the group. And she said, but why? I said, well, we'll all be your best mates and we'll live next door to you, and if you need something, we'll help you with it. If you forget to put your bin out, we'll put your bin out for you. If your cat goes missing, we'll find it, and it feels like something I'm not prepared to give up. It's not something I'm prepared to give up now. Now I've seen what it can be like, it will never go back to the way it was.